All right, we finally passed our rough electrical and rough service inspections. So essentially I was going to have all of the home runs go through a nipple in the back of the panel on the exterior panel, staple them all the way around, which is an exception accepted almost everywhere, but of course not by my inspector. So my solution was run all the home runs into that junction box and then convert to exterior rated stranded wire out to the panel here. I had to go through 3 conduits to split up the current carrying conductors, because if you have too many current carrying conductors in one pipe, it can overheat. So you have to split them up. There's a chart in the NEC about how to do all that. And then we got this all passed as well. I had this installed down here and he said, no, you can't do that. It's got to be up at the top. But I've heard debates about whether or not it needs to be at the top. And I've got a ground wire. He wanted to make sure there was a ground wire specifically from this bus bar, ground bar, into the other ground bar up in the attic there. I had a ground wire that went here and attached to the side of the panel here, but he said, nah, make sure it's going to the ground bars. So I did that. And we passed our insulation inspection as well. So I have to put all the rest of the insulation in the spots that are missing once I test the mini split, which I need power to do. So it's kind of a one thing has to come before the next. When you get your plans for a revision, you have to make sure that you print them and have them on site. So we made some revisions based on some changed electric panels and some changed architectural details. They wanted a record of that, so we had to submit modified plans and letters from the engineer, and the city will approve that and upload approved sets of documents that you must print and have on site. So I didn't do that on the first inspection, and I didn't know that you had to have the city stamped version. I didn't know where it was. So they upload it onto their website in the permit portal, and they don't tell you they do that, but it's in there. You find it after they approve it, and then you print those. So now I've got sheetrock coming tomorrow. We're gonna have a little over 100 sheets of sheetrock. I've got 5/8 for the ceiling, 1/2 inch for the walls, and then for the bathrooms, it's I'm gonna use the purple board because that's what my supplier had rather than the green board. And then green board behind, or purple board behind the kitchen sink as well. And I have a few things to button up, insulation, and there's also, I had to make an attic access point from this side of the attic to that side of the attic because I had made a junction box right there. So he said it's got to be accessible, so I made a hole back in there to make it accessible. I got my water heater almost done. It's on the other side of that wall. And the heat pump water heaters are a lot more expensive than the old propane water heaters. So, or not propane, natural gas water heaters. So this water heater was like $1,700 after tax, 40-gallon Rheem hybrid, and I need to finish installing that over there. So I guess that's it for now. It's one of the hardest inspections to get past, and then from here it's hopefully just smooth sailing, finishing up the interior, and that should go pretty smoothly. I don't have any hiccups or unknowns or complicated parts to work with unless I put a hole in something or something's leaking. So everything should be done and tested at this point, which it is, except for the mini split. So I think I'm ready to go.